Hello everybody and welcome to the next game, the DelotA 2 Amateur Tournament. I am Just Delicious and I am completely on my own today, so very sad, but Vague couldn't make it. He can't be here for the entire weekend, so I once again will hold up the fort on my own and I will be bringing you Extreme Rage versus MAC, Milk and Cookies. I love that name. Every single time it makes me laugh. And both these teams, this is a winners bracket game, winners bracket semi-finals this game, and then we will have Jambo versus Imber Battlenet tomorrow. And yeah, this game we'll see who gets into the final of the winners bracket, to see who can go on to the grand final and hopefully try and take the win in the tournament. So this is a very important game actually. Remember, both of these teams will still be in the tournament no matter what happens today. The loser of this game will drop down to the losers bracket and will be playing, if I have a look very quickly, yep, Pussy Patrol or BK or Solo Middle Feed, depending on what happens in that game. So it's quite an important game, and hopefully it should be a good one. We've seen both these teams play before, and they're both very good. And if we run over the first bans, we can see already that Batrider, Magnus have been banned out. They're the two big bans at the moment. Pretty much every team agrees on that these two heroes should be instantly banned, and there's absolutely no reason why that is. There's a lot of reason why that is the case, because those two heroes are exceptionally powerful. You just cannot give them away. Wisp also being banned out by Extreme Rage. Wisp was one of those heroes that's kind of come into the meta quite a lot recently, and seeing that they had first ban, they thought if they ban out the Wisp, they give MAC no choice. MAC are definitely going to ban out the Nyx Assassin next, and Extreme Rage can then have their choice of hero, either Keeper, there is Keeper, or Darkseer if they wanted him. But Darkseer does get passed back over to MAC, and I do expect them to be picking up Darkseer as one of the most versatile heroes in the pool. He's just so good, and it would be a little bit of a dodgy one if they actually decide to give him up, unless they're just not comfortable playing him. Yesterday, I was talking to Gamerson after their game, and they said the reason they lost is because they just weren't comfortable playing the heroes that they picked, and that even though they picked the best heroes that they could, they just weren't comfortable with them, and that's the reason that they actually ended up losing that game. They just didn't play as well as they could. So MAC deciding actually to go with Darkseer and immediately picking up Gyrocopter. So Gyrocopter, one of the go-to carries right now with Phantom Lancer, and there goes Phantom Lancer and Templar Assassin from Extreme Rage. They know exactly what they're doing. They're going straight for the big mid Templar Assassin, the mid-game sort of semi-carry Templar Assassin, and Phantom Lancer, who will be holding at the end game, and he is exceptionally strong. But Gyrocopter, we've seen it before, very good against Phantom Lancer. He's not a direct hard counter, so to speak, because Phantom Lancer doesn't really have a hard counter in this version, just because of how ridiculously strong he is. But Gyrocopter is one of the only carries that can keep up with him. It's going to be very interesting. It's also going to be interesting to see what MAC do against that Templar Assassin pick, because I don't think they were expecting this early on, and they have to do something against Templar Assassin in mid. If they don't shut down Templar Assassin, she's going to own the game. We've seen it happen before. Templar Assassins really can just completely destroy games and rip them apart, just because the team doesn't really put too much emphasis on her, and the mid pick is a little bit lacking, and she just absolutely dominates. So MAC have got to be thinking of what they're going to do against Templar Assassin. We've seen Gyrocopter try to go up against Templar Assassin in mid, and that just fails every single time. Templar Assassin with his side blades can keep him harassed, and the refraction is so good against him. So it's interesting to see what MAC are going to do. What they do now is entirely up to them. I mean, they've got their carry on their off lane, so they're looking for a mid and two supports. Maybe they'll even just pick up a support right now and just wait to see what mid heroes they can come out with, because the supports, you have to feel that they're the most important part of the game in this current meta. Mid isn't as important as the sort of supports you can get, so they do pick up Venomancer, and they're going to go straight for Venomancer. He's very powerful. He's the strongest level 1 hero in the game, almost no doubt, with that 50% slow that lasts for about 8 seconds. That's absolutely ridiculous. Plus the fact that it ticks damage over time as well. It's it's one of those. He's just one of those heroes that's just so versatile. Again, he can push with the wards, he can gank with his Q. His W is okay, and his ultimate is absolutely ridiculous in a team fight. If you compare it up with a Darkseer with the Ion Shell, it can absolutely rip teams apart, and it can really do a lot of damage. Also, Venomancer are very good against Templar Assassins. That's going to be very interesting to see when it gets into the mid game and Templar Assassin does start roaming, whether that Venomancer is enough of a deterrent to be able to shut her down when she comes to try and gank on the lanes. Looking at the bans, Xtreme banning out that Puck, very just probably to hold off mid against Templar Assassin. Puck is quite good against Templar in mid, with the amount of harass that it can bring down, and Earthshaker as well being banned out. Earthshaker, a really good support right now, one of the best. So they've banned him out, and he's obviously very good against Phantom Lancer. So Xtreme banning out the Earthshaker. Going MAC's bans, we see Bane getting banned out. So they don't like the Bane plus Keeper with a light little combo that you can do, which is exceptionally annoying. Actually, the Nightmare can set up perfect illuminates going straight through the middle. So yeah, that's quite a nice little ban. Plus Rubik, again, very strong hero. Just in general, very good against Darkseer. His null field in particular that gives everybody magic immunity. Extra magic resistance is very good against Venomancer and Darkseer. And at the start of the game, it's also good against Gyrocopter's Rocket Barrage. So banning out Rubik as well, he's obviously just very annoying with his Q, and it'd make their tri-lane very strong. Disruptor getting banned out by Xtreme, another strong support hero. I'm not entirely sure that MAC were looking to pick up the Disruptor, to be honest, although he is quite good against heroes like Templar Assassin that need to blink in to be able to do anything. And as soon as TA blinks, if Disruptor just sends her back 5 seconds, she's going to go all the way back to where she was before. MAC deciding to ban out the Beastmaster and giving Xtreme Rage Shadow Demon, who is possibly they've got possibly the best tri-lane in the game right now. Keeper of the Light, Phantom Lancer and Shadow Demon is just so ridiculously strong, and MAC just, I don't think they were quite prepared to deal with this tri-lane. They've picked up a Venomancer who's obviously very strong, but he's a weak hero at the beginning, and if Shadow Demon can catch him slightly out of position, Venomancer is going to die very quickly. To the amount of burst damage they can bring down with the Soul Catcher, the Illuminate, and the Spirit Lance coming off. Axe being picked up by MAC, so they are going very heavily against that Phantom Lancer, and Axe is going to be one to really try and stop him. Weaver picked up by Xtreme Rage, so there's their counter for the Darkseer. They're hoping to get them on lane together. Weaver can be very good against Darkseer. It's going to be interesting to see how they actually decide to lane him, because if he comes up against a tri-lane, Weaver's going to be pretty much useless. They're going to need to try and out-psych MAC a little bit and do what they do when they're not expecting, maybe aggressively tri-lane and run the Weaver on the safe just so that he can get some farm no matter who he's against. And MAC, just thinking of their last pick, they absolutely need a mid, unless they're going to run Axe in mid, which would be a little bit weird, but I've seen it done before against TA. But this last pick is going to determine what their laning is. What are they going to do with it? We have about 15 seconds until we see what they pick. This Xtreme Rage team just looks so strong. This last pick is going to have to be exceptionally good from MAC in order to win against this team. It's just so well made, and it's going to be Lina. So Lina is going to be picked up, the support hero, the final pick. It looks like Axe may be going mid after all of this, and I will be running through both teams today as soon as the game loads, and this is going to be so interesting to see not only how they lane it, but how the lanes work out for them, because MAC had last pick and they feel this Lina could really help them quite a lot. Who goes mid from MAC is really up to them, but I'm feeling it's probably going to be Axe. They can't afford to run a jungler, because then their tri-lane is going to get decimated by that ridiculously strong Xtreme Rage tri-lane. So they're almost certainly going to just want to pick up throw Axe maybe in mid, or even have him as a support hero.
10 seconds remaining.
But if they do have him as support hero, I'm not entirely sure who they're going to be able to to put down in mid to try and face this Templar Assassin. So I'm going to run through the teams. We see Baby Steps taking up the Darkseer. Oh my god, it's Byro will be on the Gyrocopter, Luke will be on the Axe, TTOTW changes his name every single game, will be on the Venomancer, and Marco will be on the Lina. Flicking over to the dial, we can see that Roronia will be on the Weaver. We see Frozen Fire will be on the Keeper of the Light, Bloodlust will be on the Phantom Lancer, Nazu will be on the Shadow Demon, and Miracle, the mid, will be on that Templar Assassin. And how MAC lane this is going to be just so interesting. But almost certainly this Axe, you feel, has got to go mid. With that Battle Hunger, he can keep Templar Assassin harassed. He can maybe get a little bit of a farm for himself, because Battle Hunger is exceptionally annoying, and it will pick off that refraction. So that's going to be interesting. The Venomancer, he will almost certainly be supporting with the Lina, trying to support this Gyrocopter, and Darkseer will be on the off lane, whichever lane they decide to put that as. Hopefully they will try and figure it out so they can get their tri-lane against the Weaver, because they do not want to come up against this tri-lane. Tri v tri, you have to feel that xtreme have that in the bag if that actually comes up. They have a Weaver versus a Darkseer, which is very strong for the Weaver, plus they have this insane Keeper of the Light, Shadow Demon, and Phantom Lancer tri-lane, and you got to feel that they're going to have a much better time with that than MAC are with the Gyrocopter, the Lina, and the Venomancer. So Miracle will be playing this Templar Assassin. It's going to be strange to see what he can do against the Gyrocopter, but I'm going to point out that Miracle has got the awesome Templar Assassin set, and I will be zooming in on that because I do absolutely adore Templar Assassin, and I absolutely love this set as well. It looks really good. So that's awesome. Oh, that's so nice to see. Anyway, enough of my crazed Templar Assassin talk. Hopefully these teams will be ready to go pretty soon, and then we can jump straight into the game and see the action, because this is almost certainly going to be an exceptionally good game either way. How MAC lane it, whether they can keep up with MAC, and whether they can keep up with xtreme, sorry, and whether they can lane it right to get it done. It looks like Axe may be going into the jungle. Oh, maybe not. His item build did suggest that he might have been going into the jungle, but I'm not entirely sure whether he is now, although it does look like he is quite a lot. So maybe the Venomancer is going to go mid. He's got Gale at level 1. They all seem to actually be going top. So Axe is going to go with them. So one of these is certainly going to go mid. They're just going to roam around and see if they can get the gank. And it looks like they've got what they wanted. XR are going to be, the tri-lane is going to be up against the solo Darkseer Baby Steps, so they're going to be able to shut down that Weaver quite heavily. Are they going to catch Baby Steps out? It doesn't look like they are. The pings are coming out. They know where he is, and are they even going to try it? I don't think they are. I don't think they'll be able to get him even if they do. Baby Steps spots them, and they all back off. But this is exactly what MAC needed and wanted. They needed to get this Weaver on against them so they could lock off his farm, plus they could get Gyrocopter farm, because try v try, you have to feel they just do not have enough to be able to deal with this amazing tri-lane coming out. And as long as Darkseer can play defensive, Darkseer can still get farm. There's no reason why Darkseer won't be able to get it, although maybe they're swapping around. It looks like both teams are swapping around. This is so interesting. The amount that's going on. Both teams are swapping it up. So we are going to continue to see a tri-lane coming up against this Weaver. We're just going to see it on a different lane. And Darkseer going all the way to the other side of the map to try and keep the equilibrium and try and keep what they want. And it looks like MAC definitely have played the mind games, and they've definitely got the beginning of this game. They're in a much better position at the beginning than XR are now, especially now that it's Tri v solo, and Roronia actually might get caught out because Gyrocopter's coming around the back. That he actually decides to back off, although Marco coming right around the back. Maybe they're just going to dive him. They maybe try for the stun. He's gone into the shop. They don't know where he is. They're just going to back off, and oh my god, it's Spyro. It's just going to keep farming, but they've definitely outpsyched them. They weren't expecting them to swap as well. Both teams swap it around, and that's just going to be, it's going to be so interesting to see if that was the right choice for Extreme Rage, whether to swap it up or whether to just keep it there and just do what they can, because this Darkseer is gonna do okay. As soon as he hits level 2, he can ion shell the creeps and he can get a little bit of farm. But this Weaver's gonna get absolutely nothing. This Weaver's just gonna get shut down by this Lina, who's just gonna keep him at bay. He's gonna stay at level 1 pretty much this entire game, whereas Darkseer can actually do a little bit of good. He's already level 2, so he already has his iron shell, and a Weaver has absolutely 0 XP right now. He will be picking up some very, very shortly as the wave gets pushed. But it's going to be interesting to see if he actually has what it takes to be able to do it. And here's the thing that we said, that Miracle is going to have a big problem coming up against Luke just because of that battle hunger. So annoying. It's going to keep him pressed down. He pops his Clarity and his pot. He'll be wanting to get back in there and use that battle hunger, continue spamming on her, although she already has her bottle, so that's going to help her out an awful lot. She needed to get that bottle very, very soon, Templar, and as long as she can play this right, she should be okay, and the battle hunger actually hits a creep, so that's one of those things that you really have to watch out for, especially as Axe. He doesn't have a very large mana pool, and he can't continually spam it. He has to make sure every single one goes the right way. That just failed a little bit, and that's not what he wanted, although this one does hit, and that will be breaking the refraction very soon. Nope, she gets the last hit. She manages to break it off. So Luke actually struggling a little bit now. He's struggling for mana more than anything, and she picks up a regen rune, which is very, very important. The stun is going to hit Weaver. No, he just goes invisible as it was about to strike, and everybody backs off. The sentry wall placed in the jungle by a TTOTW just to make sure that he doesn't get ganked by this Weaver, who could start roaming at some point. And if we have a look at farm, you have to say that Bloodlust is doing the best, sitting at 13-1, and then it's the Templar Assassin in mid on 12-8. The amount of denies that Templar Assassin is bringing out is absolutely insane. She's denying absolutely everything. Axe is still level 4, and Axe is, miles behind her on XP, like nearly 200 XP behind, just because of the amount of denies that she's managing to put out. He pops the battle hunger on her, but at this point in time, he's so far behind, that's not even going to matter to her. It does almost no damage now, and she has that bottle as well, so it's not looking particularly good for Axe at this moment in time. He just didn't do what he needed to do right at the start. He couldn't harass her down enough. Now she has a slight level advantage. It's going to be a massive uphill struggle for him as he gets destroyed by these Psyblades and by her just pure damage and the nuke that she can bring out. Now, what is also going to be very, very interesting is whether Darkseer can continue to get the amount of farm that he has, actually, because he's doing very, very well for himself. He's sitting at he's sitting at level 4, so he's got the levels where he needs to. Weaver only level 3, although very, very close. But Weaver's right-click harass on Lina is absolutely insane, and he could quite easily just, if he jumps into the forest now, he could quite easily just kill Lina with one Sakuchi, although they just dive him. Are they going to get the kill? No, they're not. Sakuchi comes off and he manages to run away, and he's going to be potting up. Lina actually trying to chase him. This could be a little bit of a mistake. The right click damage is absolutely insane from Weaver. They put down the sentry and he backs off, but whether they can do anything against him is going to be so interesting. Although Weaver getting caught out pretty horribly. He had everything put on him. If that had hit, he was certainly going to die. He was very, very lucky to get away from that one, as was Venomancer actually when we talk about it. But Weaver does have another pot, and he will be using that as soon as his Gale has ran out. And we can see Luke being chased by Templar. He does manage to get the double damage rune. Templar didn't want to chase it any further because she knew that if she did chase any further down, then she could have got ganked by this entire team. And look at that amazing rocket barrage damage on this Weaver. If Weaver gets stunned even for a second, it's all over. Templar gets first blood though on Lina. Is she going to be able to continue and get extra kills? They've put down the observer. They know that she's there. The pings come out. All they have to do is wait. They have to just wait. Oh, she actually just dives straight out. She looks like she might get away. She's right-clicking Lina. She's put up the refraction. Is it going to be enough? The rocket's going on her. It doesn't look like she's going to get away from this one. Although Shadow Demon coming around the back, using that disruption. He's only level 4, so he could get caught out if he decides to go for it. Is she going to die? That's the question. Yes, she is. Axe coming around the back, and they do pick off the kill on Templar, so they really, really needed to get that kill back after she managed to get the first blood. She already has her phase boots, you can see, plus she's finished up her magic wand, so she's sitting at 26-12. Bloodlust still just free farming on this lane at 27-1. They need to shut him down because the longer he free farms, the more difficult it's going to be for Gyro to keep up in the mid game. As soon as he gets his diffusal blade, he just absolutely skyrockets ahead of Gyrocopter, and Gyrocopter needs a lot of farm actually to get back with him. So it's going to be very difficult, especially seeing that Gyrocopter isn't sitting on nearly as much farm as this Phantom Lancer is. We see Roronio actually just having a look around in the jungle. I don't think he's going to do anything there. He's just going to stay where he is. But you can see that Xtreme Rage have just pushed these towers out so far. They know that they can afford to push it out from Baby Steps, who's going to get caught by the Illuminate almost certainly. Takes another chunk of HP off of him. Lena's now come down to try and help because they need to quell this push. This push is insane coming out from XR, and they have, as we said, the strongest tri-lane in the game. They have to play very defensively. Lena actually gets caught out. Is the Illuminate going to come over the top? There's the Phantom Lance. Lena gets caught out very, very slightly, and she gets dropped, and that's what we're talking about. But Nizu gets dropped by the Lena. Phantom Lancer just hanging around the back, not going to be able to do anything about that. Although look at Keeper of the Light's HP, really not on a lot. If Baby Steps wants to just surge after him, could get the kill. He decides not to. It's a little bit dodgy, but Templar diving TTOW in mid, picks up the kill. Is she going to die from Lena? Nice stun from Lena. She's almost certainly going to drop now. One more right click will do it. There it is. Nice bottling by her though. May actually get her away. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get her. Bloodlust is there as well. Turns onto Marco. Can they get the kill? No. They all just back off, and everything goes back to normal. Little bit of a harassment, but they couldn't pick off the Templar Assassin, which is very, very important. Nice use of the bottle by her to be able to get away. And then now she's hanging around the back of the towers. She really wants to dive and see if she can get any more sorts of kills, but nothing is happening for her so far, so she's just going to check, go down to the rune spot and hope it spawns bottom, which it does. She gets an invis rune, which is going to be very, very nice for her ganking, although they definitely saw her pick it up and use it, so they're just going to back off pretty heavily and see what they can do at other parts of the map. And it looks like they actually want to try and gank Bloodlust, which is definitely the right thing to do. They need detection for him though, or he's just going to get away. They don't actually have any detection, so it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get Bloodlust. He's just going to doppel walk away from there. He has the doppel walk, so as soon as he just walks off, although if Axe can get his Q, it looks like he might be able to. No, there's the doppel walk. Nice play by a Phantom Lancer running away as soon as he saw the Axe coming in, and now they're just going to try and push this out as much as they can, although Templar pushing mid very, very hard. She will have this tower down very soon unless they do something about it, but it doesn't look like they are. She's just free farming whilst taking that tower. Luke plus the other guys are going to be taking this one, the Ion Shell on Luke. Very effective for pushing down towers. They need to just wait for their creep wave now. Venomancer, Matt trying to get those wards down, trying to push as much as possible. It looks like this tower's going to fall. They've got pretty much nothing. But can they defend against Miracle in mid? That's the question. Byro thinks that he can. He might actually just dive. He might go for it. The rocket barrage gets popped. Nothing comes of it though, because she just walks away and she's so much faster than him with these phase boots. Baby Steps trying to come up, although Baby Steps may have made a little bit of a mistake. The amount of damage that Miracle does, absolutely insane. Baby Steps just has to run off straight away. He didn't actually use any of his spells. It was very weird that he dived in there and just immediately walked back off again. And he's going to be looking to max that vacuum now, and then go into the wall when he can, because that wall is going to be so strong against Phantom Lancer in the late game. It's going to be very good against Miracle as well until she picks up her BKB. But one of the problems that MAC has is that this team does pick up BKBs, and if they pick up BKBs, then it shuts off pretty much their entire team. They have nothing that goes through. Luke though just diving with TTOTW to try and pick off Nizu, but he managed to just disrupt and walk away from the Axe, who wasn't fast enough to keep up with him. Only with normal boots of speed, really not very fast at all. And there you can see the Keeper Illuminate spam just being so annoying, just completely quelling this push. There's absolutely nothing they can do to stop it. They can't get up there onto the high ground to try anything, so they just continue spamming this mid, trying to create a problem, while Bloodlust just free farms up this top lane. He almost has his defusal. He has it if he wants to pick it up. He will be picking it up now probably and sending it to himself in the courier. So he is doing very, very well. There is a defusal blade. If we flick it over to net worth, we can see that he is second in the game behind Templar Assassin, who is actually quite a way ahead. And Miracle gets another kill actually on the dive on mid. I actually missed that one out. I do apologise. It looks like they're just going to go for the push. It looks like Miracle's actually just going to go for the dive. She's picked up a Yasha. She has a double damage rune, so she's going to like two-shot Luke if she can get a Q off. Can she actually manage to get him? It looks like she will. One right click will do it. She gets another kill. She's going to dive Marco as well. There's Marco. What is Miracle doing? She's in a massively bad position, but she's going for the triple. She's going to get it as well. She gets the triple kill. Refraction as the creeps started attacking her, and she just TPs out, and she just dived straight under the tower with no Aegis, less than half HP, and picks up a triple kill. Fantastic play by Miracle. She's gone for this more mid-game build, more damage build, sorry, picking up a Yasha instead of a Blink Dagger, and it's working out brilliantly. She just picks everyone off around the back, picks up a triple kill. She's 7 for 1 at this stage. Her net worth is skyrocketed. She is really worth quite a lot of money right now, and if she wants to, she could quite easily pick up a Blink Dagger within a minute or two, and then she is an absolute force, and it's going to be very, very difficult to deal with her. But that Yasha being picked up so soon is a little bit weird. But coming around the back, Baby Steps getting purged, but that's not going to make much of a difference. Frozen Fire having to pop the ulti just so he can use sorry, I can't remember what that spell is called. It's called Blinding Light, and then recalling Miracle to the position so that maybe they can push. But they decide not to, just because this Venomancer is so annoying to push into. Are they going to try and dive Luke? Invis popped on Templar Assassin. They know where Luke is. Luke does not know where they are. And if he gets a little bit out of position, or if, oh my god, it's Byro does, they're going to be looking for the dive. Templar hanging around. Oh my god, it's Byro. It looks like they're just going to go for him. They are. Here they go. Templar Assassin comes out of Invis. 2-3 shots him. She's going to get stunned down, caught in Gyro's ulti. So maybe she actually might die. If Venomancer has a Q, he doesn't. Nizu uses Disruption on her. That may have been a little bit of a mistake. Although they're now chasing the illusions instead of her, and she picks up another kill around the back. And that is not what they wanted, although Marco is going to pick up the kill on the Templar Assassin, so they eventually drop Templar, just what they needed, but not before she got 2 more assists in that fight, and she actually lost gold in that fight altogether, but that's really not what MAC need to be doing right now. They need to be trying to hunt down this Templar, bringing Dusts, getting her down, killing her off. They have sentries, but Dust is probably a little bit better if you're fighting a Templar Assassin. And to be honest, they're not doing what they need to do. I mean, they can't shut down this Weaver now. So many problems being caused by Templar Assassin and by Phantom Lancer that Weaver is just free farming, just doing whatever he wants pretty much. And this Phantom Lancer is doing an incredibly good job, and being very, very annoying, spamming that Spirit Lance just to drain all the mana and to do a large amount of HP damage as well. And you can see that this combo working brilliantly in mid. Although Nizu may have got a little bit aggressive. He's going to die to the Battle Hunger almost certainly. He tries to TP out, but it's not enough. But here comes Miracle round the back. 2 shots to Lina. Turns around. Now they're going to push this tower almost certainly. She knows that she's so farmed. She could do pretty much whatever she wants. She just takes out this rocket before it hits her. Oh my god, it's Byro hanging around. He can't really do anything though. If Miracle wants to dive him, Miracle's going to get the kill. And even with Luke around, Miracle's going to kill them both. Oh, Templar hanging around. She really wants to get, oh my god, it's Spyro. She's trying to lay a trap. I don't think it's going to work. MAC are a little bit too wise for that. And I think everything's just going to go back to normal. I can't see Templar diving 3 of them, especially without a Blink Dagger. She's not even going for Blink Dagger. Although Byro walking into the jungle, I think Miracle's probably going to want to chase him down. Luke actually will be the main target. If Miracle attacks him now, he does, and 2 shots him. And you can see the damage that Luke did, that Miracle did then with the double meld. So much damage. 2-shotting Luke, getting another kill. Easy push on this tower. Luke getting a little bit they didn't know where the Templar was, and the last they saw was in that jungle. So maybe a little bit too much by him to think he was going to be able to dive in there, and the Templar would have been long gone, especially with the amount of farm that she's got. She's just going to dive Lena again. Is she going to pick her off? She does. She gets taken in the end, but another kill goes for Miracle, and this is going very, very well for Xtreme Rage. They're just picking them off one by one. This Templar Assassin, as we were saying at the beginning of the game, if you don't shut her down, she absolutely dominates the mid game, and that's exactly what we're seeing. They didn't have a counter for her, and she's absolutely destroying them. She's sitting at 9-2-3. She's got 54 last hits. She has her Yasha. She almost has her Desolator as well, and she has an Invis rune. So in about 500 gold, she's going to have the Deso. She's just going to go for Roshan straight away. So she wants the Aegis. She's going to be able to get the Aegis. There's nothing that can stop her, pretty much. I think the recall is coming from Frozen Fire on the Phantom Lancer. There it is. Who picks it up? It's probably going to be Miracle, just because Bloodlust isn't as survivable. If Miracle can pick it up, she can do some massive, massive dives. And Templar does pick it up. She almost has enough now for the Desolator. As soon as Miracle can pick that up, lots of problems coming out for MAC. Templar really ruling the game. She's going to just jungle up that Desolator now, I think. Yeah, she is. And she's causing so many problems, as we would expect, and there's a reason you have to get that mid right, and Axe just isn't good enough against Templar Assassin in mid to be able to shut her down. And Xtreme Rage definitely got the best of the draft pool. They had such a strong tri-lane. Their mid was just overwhelmingly strong against Axe, and on the off lane we saw Weaver as well, just doing pretty well for himself. Now he's doing amazingly well for himself. He's just been allowed free farm for pretty much the entire game, as Templar Assassin causes enough problems to pretty much deal with their entire team. So Weaver has the Yasha. He's already got up his Manta style. He prefers Manta style to Lincoln's, it seems. Gyrocopter's going to get caught out though. Oh my god, it's Spyro in a massively bad position, although Luke diving in gets the Q off, and a nice stun by the Lena and the Gyro ulti, and they get all three of them. Maybe Nizu manages to save himself. Are they going to be able to get Nizu? Luke with the battle hunger, he thinks it's going to be enough. They try and get onto Weaver. Does he have a Q up? Yes, he does. There's the sentry, and they take off the Weaver as well, so they get all of those kills for absolutely nothing. And just, I think, a little bit of a dive from Xtreme Rage as they got ahead of themselves, and really, really nice play by the Lena and the Gyrocopter. The Lena stun hitting all three of them with the Gyrocopter ult going directly on top. They get the kills they needed, and now look at Baby Steps getting 2 hit by Miracle. Now he's going to turn on to TT. Double kill as he kills TTOTW and Baby Steps. 2v1. And Templar Assassin, now that she's picked up this Desolator, is just absolutely ruling the game. She can do whatever she wants, pretty much. She has a haste rune bottled as well, so if she wants to dive into the base, there's no reason why she can't with her Aegis. And I expect her to be diving Axe. Here she goes, the slow. She's going to dive straight into the base to get Axe. Oh, look at that crit damage. What, taking off over half of Axe's HP in one shot. Miracle, if is pretty much going to win this game by himself. Now going for, oh my god, it's Spyro. There's the slow. She has a haste, so Venomancer's not going to be able to do anything. She 2-shots the Venomancer. Now she turns on the Baby Steps. She gets Baby Steps with the triple kill. She has the Aegis. She's coming back. Are they going to dive up and help her? They almost certainly are. Here she comes. There she is. She's going to 2-shot this Lena again. Keeper of the Light actually takes the kill away from her very slightly. Now she's going to get, oh my god, it's Spyro. She gets the ultra kill. She would have had the Rampage if Keeper didn't take it. And Templar Assassin is going to win this game now. They're all dead. They don't have buyback, I don't think. We're going to check the buyback status. We actually see none of them have buyback. So it does look like at least one Rax is going to be falling. And the Phantom Lancer really pushing out the other lanes as well. Very, very hard. So every lane is pushed. Down goes one of the Rax. Are they going to be able to actually get back into this game, MAC? They need to get levels into this Darkseer. They need to get this wall, almost certainly. It's going to be the only thing that could stop Templar Assassin having the illusions of her, because she is so strong at this stage. So unbelievably farmed. She's sitting at 15-4 before, she has her Manta style as well in the courier. So as soon as that gets delivered to her, even more damage. Where is she? Is she in the fight? Because if she is, she's going to be diving in to try and get the kill. Marco gets picked off by the Weaver, who immediately uses the ulti and actually manages to escape. He's going to Sakuchi out of harm's way from that rocket. And Templar Assassin isn't actually anywhere to be seen. She's just hanging around the jungle, but now she arrives. There's the slow. Is she going to be able to catch up with them? The mana leak from Keeper. They're going to almost certainly kill Luke. 3-shot from Templar. Gets another kill. And the Baby Steps just couldn't do anything with the wall. He didn't have mana, I don't think, for the vacuum. Oh, he did. He used it before. So that was unfortunate, but it looks like they're just going for another axe. They want to end this game now, and you can't blame them. Miracle completely owning it, completely owning this game so far, just completely doing everything that they can to make this game hell for them. Recall from the Keeper on Miracle. Now that has the Manta style, diving into the base. Is she going to pop it? She 2-shots Lina almost, although the disruption stops it. Can she actually get the Lina? No, really nice play by Gyro and the vacuum again, but the Lina does fall. It looks like TTOTW is going to be able to get away, although barely. Miracle, not on a lot of HP, hanging around, 2-shotting. Oh my god, it's Spyro. And they just can't kill her. There's no way they can kill her. The GGs come out. They know it's over. They can't deal with Miracle. And Xtreme Rage will take the win. MAC, commiserations to them. They are still in this tournament, of course. They'll just drop down to the losers bracket. Xtreme Rage will go into the final of the winners bracket, and they will be playing the winner of Jambo versus Imba Battle.net tomorrow. And they look like a very, very good team. Very well played by Miracle in mid. They just couldn't deal with him, and it's going to be interesting to see whether that continues. And for some reason, my peripherals have stopped working with Dota. So massive Dota bug has actually stopped my peripherals from working. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to watch the Ancient drop, which is a little bit of a shame. And we're going to miss the extra kills. So yeah, my peripherals have just stopped working with Dota 2. Dota 2 has just bugged out, and unfortunately there's nothing I can do, and they're back! Hurrah! That was very, very weird. It does that from time to time. I'm not entirely sure why. And yeah, but as we said, the GGs have already been called, so this Ancient will be falling very, very